if everybody say it can't get done, I'm like, yes it can, why not? I said, if these kids can't read, then I'm not gonna promote all this, mom, dad, I'm gonna look you in your face and say this kid can't read. We let them down. School, parents, we let them down, but I'm not gonna take them to the next grade knowing that they're not at grade level. It's funny because I'm always like, okay, how are schools successful? Well, schools are successful when they demand greatness. Greatness doesn't come. We're about to make history. We're about to learn. We're about to grow. We're about to make history. And then, mark my words, it's going to be other school districts, other places around it that's going to be doing this thing. We're going to be the first model. And I'm speaking that into existence, okay? If you can really take the map and drive the instructor inside the classroom and link it to the M step, then everything will move. You see it?
Ladies, third grade teachers, could you tell me, how do you think this professional development was for you today?
PD. It was productive. It was exciting. But we'll never leave Mr. Hurt's advising.
Because the schools that I've worked with, the teachers I've worked with, their scores just go through the roof because what I do is I talk about practical stuff that's practical. Because I'm a former teacher and also I'm a principal, so I'm gonna be telling you guys things that I know will work in your classroom.
For booking, please visit S. Hurt School Turnaround.
Good morning, and happy Saturday morning to all of my educators and everyone who's on this podcast. My name is Sean Hurt, and I'm the school turnaround specialist. I am here with my Saturday morning podcast, and I'm excited. Happy holidays to everyone. Hopefully, everyone is having an amazing Saturday morning. But I'm here to bring the educational news. And today we have another hot topic that we're going to discuss. So if you are an educator, somebody that wants to know about what's going on in education, you must tune in. My topic on this morning is gaining or regaining control of your classroom. Gaining control of your classroom. So come on in, hit that share button. Give me about 2 minutes as I get all of my Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter people in, and make sure you let me know where you're coming from. I'm excited. I know you saying Hurt is December. We're about to get out next week. Yes, I know that, but this is still the time for you to get some good information. This is still the time for you to get that knowledge that you need in order to move that classroom, because you got about two weeks off and they're coming back. And this is the stretch run. Where now we're in the middle of the year and we got so much stuff going on. So let me get all of my LinkedIn people in. Just stay with me, everybody. Stay with me. We're going to have a good time on today. We're going to have a really good time on today. We're going to just enjoy ourselves and hit that share button. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube page. Go on my YouTube page. I got so much content I put up there. All of my videos for the last 3 years are up there. And then also, not only that, but I also have stuff on my Facebook page I would love for you to look at. I put information up there every Saturday morning and Sunday. Whatever you need, I put it. If it's for teachers, if it's for principals, if it's for superintendents, board members, whatever you are doing in education, I put it up there. And because I want to make sure that we are moving schools, I want to make sure that we're doing right by our students, our stakeholders, our parents, and everybody. All right. So let me see who's out there. Let me check in and see who's out there. All right, let's go. Good morning, Ms. Rella Hicks. Good morning. It's always good seeing you. Always good hearing from you. Thank you for all of the support over the years. I have my sister in education, Dr. Houston. Good morning to you. Good morning, Miss Brenda Brown. Good morning to you. Good morning to you, Miss Lynetta Wilson from North Carolina. Good morning to you, Mr. Bell. Good morning to you from Benton Harbor. Good morning to you. Good morning to Miss Brenda Brown. Good morning to Principal Kafele, my good friend, my mentor. Good morning to Miss Truesdale from North Carolina. I got a whole bunch of folks from North Carolinas. I love the Carolinas. I love the Carolinas. I love y'all so much. Good morning to Mrs. Melissa Chunu. Good morning to Dr. Jeter. She's down the street in Illinois. I'm from Michigan, so we're about 3 hours away. Just a hop, skip, and a jump. You know, that's my sister. I appreciate all of the support. Good morning to Mrs. Stacy Joy. Good morning to your winter break has started. You know, in Michigan, the winter break starts this Friday. I know some places the winter break started on yesterday. So enjoy your winter break, Miss Joy, Stacy Joy. Recharge that battery. All right. Good morning to Brother Laws, another one from North Carolina. Good morning to you, Miss Jennifer Desmond. Good morning to you. Oh, from Nova Scotia, Canada. All right, you right down the street. You know, Toronto is like 20 minutes from me, from Detroit. When I go downtown, I look over the river and I see Canada. Good morning to you. Oh, I got my good friend, Miss Clark in the house. Good morning to you. Happy holidays to you. You know, we got to connect. We have to connect. All right, so let's go in the last one. Good morning to you, Miss Jasmine Harris from California. You up early. I appreciate that, Jasmine Harris. You know, you up early, so I appreciate you so much. You know, getting up early. It's a 2-hour difference. So but I really appreciate you. Thank you very much. And Miss Jennifer Desmond. All right. So let's go ahead and just jump in. My name is Sean Hurst, School Turnaround Principal. And our topic is a much needed topic, like Dr. Houston said, because what we're going to do is that the teachers are coming back and a lot of times as coaches, as principals, we got to get control. We got to regain control of our classrooms. And I know some of us like, whoo, I'm so glad I got 2 weeks. I got 3 weeks. But now when you come back, you got 4 months. So this is a stretch run. This is when you got state testing. It's going to get hot. Kids going to get antsy. You got graduate, all those things. So we need to put some strategies in place in order to gain or regain control of the classrooms. All right. So before I get started with what I'm gonna talk about, you know what I always ask the question. So all of my educators, please put it in the chat and just listen to me. Please put it in the chat. What is the one thing that's keeping you up at night as an educator? What is the one thing you say, Heard, it's about 12 things. Okay, I know it's 12 things, but what is the one thing, put it in the chat, that is keeping you up at night? When you lay your head down, when you're just going to work, you're always thinking about that one thing. What is that one thing? So I'm going to start it off. What's keeping me up at night is that this topic right here. It's the middle of the year. We got 4 months to go. After we come back, we got all these breaks, but we got really 4 months to go. It's the middle of the year. A lot of times teachers are quitting because they're overwhelmed. A lot of times teachers are walking. I just saw a post, you know, where the teacher put it out there. She said, I want to leave out of this profession because the salary isn't where it needs to be at. And I didn't know that it was so much work. So what is keeping you up at night? Mine is that how are we going to equip the teachers for the next 4 months to be able to reach our students, talk to our parents, and do all those things? What are we doing as administrators, as principals, as coaches to really help support our teachers? And I'm not just talking about lip service. I'm not just talking about giving them a book and say, hey, read this book. What are we really doing in order to help our teachers? Okay. So that's what's keeping me up at night. And that's why I'm going to talk about this subject, because when I was a principal, every time I really met with my staff before the kids came in from the break, and we talked about the routines. We got to stop the first 2 days. We got to reintroduce the routines and things of that nature. So what is keeping you up at night? I have Mr. Law saying children in trauma they face, especially during breaks. Yes. To be honest with you, sometimes when I watch the news, I'll be like, I hope nothing is on the news about one of my students that something might have happened during the break. Because remember, they're going to be gone for 3 weeks. This is going to school is consistent for them. They get 3 meals a day. They get people who care about them. They get to see their friends. They don't have to see all of the things that maybe the neighborhood or in their house is exposing them to. So for the next 3 weeks, they're going to be in the house and they might be seeing things, call things, witnessing things that's not productive for a 14 to 15-year-old young man and young lady to see. So that is very important in trauma. I have Mrs. Melissa Chuno, chronic absence, lack of transportation is cold. Yes, that is something that is important. Now, Ms. Chuno, one thing I would like to ask is that what is your school and district doing different than they did the previous years in order to address that? I was at a workshop, and one thing that we know, if you keep doing the same thing, you're going to get the same results. So what is the districts doing differently in order to address the kids being absent, the high school students being absent, the middle school students being absent, the element? What are we doing differently than what we did in 2016 and 15? What we did in 2015 and 16 didn't work and is not working in 2024. Okay, so I just want to say that. Next is, and remember, put in the chat, what is keeping you up at night as an educator? Next, we're going to talk about what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be in Brunswick, Georgia. I'm excited. On this Tuesday, I'm spending the whole day in Brunswick, Georgia with Principal Flowers. And I'm gonna be spending the whole day. That's one of the schools that I'll be working with. That at the end of the year, I know for a fact that they're gonna go to the next level. So I'm gonna be in classrooms, looking at classroom pedagogy, giving Principal Flowers and her team feedback. And then in the afternoon, we're going to open up her data. So we're going to look at her data based on her district scores, which is the NWEA. I also do iReady. I'm going to tackle that. We're going to put a plan in place to address the next 4 to 5 months. We're going to put a plan in place to address the state test that Georgia has in place. And then at the end of the year, we're going to see the results. I know that the results are going to be good because this is just the work that I do. So I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm flying out Monday, spending the whole day on Tuesday. So I'm excited regarding that. All right. So make sure you hit that share button, subscribe to my YouTube, and we're going to get started. So I'm going to give you 7 steps. You know, I always like to give steps, 7 steps in order to gain or regain control of your classroom. So I need you to get your notebook out and get your pen out, and let's take notes, because you are a principal, a coach, a superintendent. We need to have this in place come January. All right. So before I get started, I'm going to give you 7, but I want you to pick 1 out of the 7 that you're going to implement or you're going to talk to your staff about. Just pick 1. Give me 1 that you're going to implement and that you're going to talk to your staff about. And you still have time to hit that share button. And like Josh Tarver say, I am going to go slow like Luther Vandross. Now, I can't sing like Luther Vandross, but I'm going to go slow just like Luther Vandross so everyone can hear that. All right. The first one is this. Write it down. If the classroom is in shambles, if the teacher is pulling his or her hair out, I don't have any hair, but if they're scratching their head like this, if the classroom is in shambles, if kids is wilding out in the classroom, the first thing you need to do, teacher and administrator, is that you need a new makeover of the classroom. I'm going to say this. You need a new makeover of the classroom. So sort of like a facelift, sort of like a complete makeover of the classroom. So what you mean by that? Before the kids come back into class, if school starts on Tuesday, before the kids come back into class, you need to reorganize how your class look. That means how the seating is, the things that you have on the walls, your anchor charts, the way your board is set up. Reorganize. It's sort of like cleaning up your house and you're structuring your house. You're moving the furniture over there. You put in the lamp right there. You're reorganizing because what you want the students to come in to the classroom and see, you want them to get the wow effect. Everybody put in there and say the wow effect. You want them to come in, and the first time they step in the classroom, they see something different. They see something different. If you are a classroom teacher and your classroom is in shambles, if the kids are just wilding out in the classroom, the first thing that you do is you do a classroom makeover. It's going to take time. So you have to ask the principal, can I come over? Can I come during the break? Or I don't know if the first day is PD before the kids come in, but you need to spend 3 to 4 hours in the classroom doing a total makeover. Write it down. That's what I did with my teachers. If I saw that one of my teachers, a couple of teachers were struggling, we did a makeover, because the first thing that the kids have to see, they have to say, is a wow effect. They need to come in and say, oh, is this Mrs. Potato Plant's classroom? Is this? Yeah, it's totally different. So write it down. The first thing is you need a whole classroom makeover. It's going to take you 3 to 5 hours to do the makeover, because you got to do a whole makeover. You can't do 30% or 20. Moving the seats is not going to cut it. And it's not going to cut it. No, you got to do the whole makeover. Yes, Dr. Jeter, the wow effect. It has to be the wow effect. Yes, I have my good friend. Man, I got some of the top educators in the world on here. I got Miss Klingman. You from Flint. Change the environment and make sure they see themselves in a new environment. Yes. Yes. Mark my words, it will work. That's the first thing. We're going to get, you know what? We're going to get teachers back on track. This is how you get teachers back on track. Now, you change the classroom. All right. Next, number 2, next. I got my deuces up. Number 2, I'm fooling this morning. Number 2, entering into the classroom. Once they come into the classroom, they march into the classroom, they come into the classroom. What should the students do once they come into you cannot give them time to get back to how it was in December or November. Don't give them time. When they come into the classroom, teacher, because they're going to still look at you at Mrs. Potato Plant. They're going to still look at you as the pushover, the one that's screaming, the one that can't. They're going to still look at you like that. So now we got routines and procedures. The first one is when they come into the classroom, they walk into the classroom. What is the first thing that they do come into the classroom? What is the first thing? It's sort of like going into the house. The first thing I do is I take off my shoes, hang up my coat. That's the first thing I do. So what is the first thing that 8th grader should be doing once they come into the classroom? What does that look like? And what I want you to do is that I want you to be very specific, and I want you to practice it until they get it right. The first day, you might have to just go over procedures once again. What do they do and come to the classroom? Because if you get that first day right, if you tell them that you mean business, if you tell them that we're not having this like we had it the first 3 months, the next 5 months will be so much better, because they see that you are changing. So if you change, they will change. But you have to be very specific. It's called procedures and routines. Write it down. You say, "Her, you. I know this. You might know it, but does your teachers know it? Does the teachers know it? If the teachers knew it, then it would be a different climate in that classroom. What is the first thing they do? Enter into the classroom. That's the second thing. So now we change the classroom, and now what's the first thing that they do as they enter the classroom? After that, what do they do after they enter the classroom and get settled? Where is the assignment? They cannot come into the classroom the first day in this chill mode and we just kicking it for the first 15 minutes because you're not prepared. What work do I do if I am teaching English? What do I do once I hang up my coat and sit down in the seats? Where is the assignment? And then with that, how long do they work on the assignment? So now I come into the classroom, I give them their assignment. All right, I give them the Chromebooks. What do I do and how long are they going to work on this assignment? You cannot come into the classroom and the kids are on chill mode. I seen it this week. I seen it last week when I was visiting the schools. The kids cannot be on chill mode because what's going to take place is that they're going to start talking and wilding out. So now, what is the assignment and what is the low level of talking that they should be at? All right, now, does this assignment mean that they should be at a level 0? That means no talking, or should they be at a level 1 or 2? Let them know what it is and how long is the assignment. 15 minutes for this. And then from there, we're going to move over to something different. What do they do when they come into the classroom? What assignment? So that means, teacher, please be prepared for the first day. Be prepared for the assignments. Be prepared to be able to say after they're done, this is what we're going to do. My father always talked about this. He said the 5 P's for success. And I always talk about this. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. I'm going to say it for a third time. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. So consequently, you got to look at that lesson plan. You got to look at what you're going to be teaching for that day, for the next 2 days, next 3 days. Okay? And prepare for it. Prepare for it. If you are prepared, it will limit all of the downtime and the nonsense in the classroom. Oh my God, hit that share button. Let me know if this is resonating to you. Let me know. Give me some love. Give me some love. We need to make this big because this thing about it, there's millions of teachers that's going to come in from the break and they're going to be ready to walk out that classroom and quit because we have not given them these simple strategies. They're going to be ready. You're the principal. If you give them the strategies, they will be more inclined to stay and they will have a successful year. They will. They will. It just makes sense. That's why we got to talk about this. That's why I'm talking. It's going to happen. Been doing this for 25 years. It's going to happen. I don't care if you're in North Carolina, Michigan, Ben Harbor, Detroit, Illinois, New Jersey, wherever you're at, it is going to take place. That's why we have to give them strategies. Next thing. How does small groups look like in the classroom? How does small groups look like in the classroom? What does it look like in the classroom? Well, we don't do small groups. We don't do small learning communities in the classroom. You have to start doing that. You have to start doing that. The small learning communities is so important. Having those conversations, allow the kids to talk. Allow the kids to talk to their neighbor and things of that nature. What does that look like in the classroom? Hold on for 1 second. I got people saying, "Let me in, Hurt. Let me in." It's some educators out there. I'm seeing some posts on my line. They're saying, "Hurt, we're hearing you, but let me in." So hold on, give me 1 second so I could. All right, I'm good. Good morning. I got Roz Gaskins in the house. I got so many all the top ones. What does that look like? You should be encouraging small group activities in the classroom. All right. Well, Hurt, I want to do that. How do I prepare for it? This will work. The first couple of days, you have to model it. You have to model how the kids are going to talk, the level of talking and engagement and things of that nature. The things that I did, that I showed my teachers, this is what I did. I encouraged small groups, but I knew some teachers were scared because they just want to have control. They had to have control. I said, okay, watch a couple of videos on YouTube, 3-4 minute videos on what small groups look like in the classroom that looks exactly like yours, and have the kids watch it so they can see what you expect. Once again, have them watch it. If you go on YouTube, I'm an 8th grade teacher and I teach math. I'm trying to get to small groups. Go on YouTube, find a math lesson, have the kids watch it, and have them model how those kids are doing. Have them model it and watch it over again and practice it. Do it for the first 2 days. I guarantee it. On Wednesday, your small groups will be good. Watch a video. Have them watch it over again and over again. Do it the first 2 days. On Wednesday, it will be good. Now, why is small groups important? Because the kids are going to talk anyway. The 13, 14-year-old 8th graders, those 9th graders, those 10th graders are going to talk. So have them talk about what you're trying to teach. Now you don't have to tell Raheem, sit down, quit talking. Why are you talking on my lesson? You're allowing them to talk in small groups, work on small groups activities as you walk around, and now you are the facilitator. I'm talking good now. You are the facilitator of what's taking place in the classroom. So you're just not up there lecturing for 45, 50 to an hour. You're facilitating the learning that's taking place in the classroom, because the research says the person who does the most talking does the most learning. Oh, wow. You never heard that, huh? The person who does the most talking does the most learning. If you're talking, teaching the most, you're doing the most learning. If the kids are sitting there quiet, they're just listening. If the kids are talking and you're doing less talking, teacher, the kids are learning it, because now they're talking about it. Now they're analyzing the situation. They're taking the depth of knowledge from a level 1 to a level 3 and 4. I'm gonna say it again. Hit that share button, please. I need everybody to get this. They're taking the depth of knowledge from a level 1. Level 1 is the teacher being this. It says the sage on the stage. Yes, Dr. Tarver, you're right. The teacher's going from that to the facilitator of the lesson. Kids are talking. Miss Rella Hicks says she just told a math teacher that last week. Everybody's on one of Miss Rella Hicks. I wish that 1 million educators was on this podcast to hear what is being said. It will set the captives free. It will change how we do education just by these strategies. It's not hard. It's not rocket science. But until we start talking to our educators about it, we're going to still do the same thing we've been doing in 2003. We are. Hit that share button. Let me know if we're talking good. This is going to set the captives free. Dr. Jeter, cooperative learning groups. Yes. But Dr. Jeter, what I'm upset about is that, hit that share button, everybody. Come on now. We gotta make this big. What I am upset about is that when I'm going to classrooms, I see the 25 kids in rows. I see them in rows like this college. Even in college, they changed it that they got kids sitting in groups. I see them in rows. So how can we have cooperative learning groups when all 25 kids are in rows of 5? Rows of 5 students. Makes no sense. And then we ask the question, why are kids not learning? Why are kids wilding out? Why they think that 8th grade math class is boring? Well, it really is, because we're not using these strategies. All right. Now, the other thing is that how do we call the students to order in the classroom? Screaming, yelling, all that kind of stuff, please, it is not working. It's just giving you a headache and a migraine at the end of the day, and you're losing your voice. Now, I'm going to give you some strategies on how you call the kids to order. All right, they get a little bit too loud. How do I get these 25 8th graders back to focus? First, you never scream at the students. Don't scream at the students. Don't scream at the students. You should either have a bell, you should have a timer, you should have some type of signal or something like that, raise hands, something like that, so the kids can know to get back in order. And when you get back to school, you're going to tell them, when this is what we're going to do in order to get back in order, and you're going to model it. So that means consequently, if the kids are loud, I got a little bell. Oh, hurt. Come on, really a bell? Yes, it works. It works. Well, they 14 years old. It works for 14 years old. Remember, I've been doing this for 25 years. You can be like this, clap, something. something that's going to get the kids' attention. You can have a little noise in the class, whoop, whoop, something like that, but never yell at the kids. Just have something to get them back in order. Have something to get them back in order. Yes. Call and response work. Yes, call it something. But you need to, I'm saying, model it when you come back. Please model it. Don't think this is going to just, hey, I'm going to do it once and everything's going to be fine. Model what you expect. Next thing, I got 2 more minutes. I got 2 more minutes. Use an African drum. Oh, I love that, Stacy Joy. Use an egg. Go out there and get a drum. Boom, boom, boom. I love that. Get it. I never thought about that. Get an African drum. Use music. Use the famous, whatever the famous hit music is, play that for like 3 seconds. Let them know we're going to get back. Have fun with it. Don't got to be a mean thing. Have fun with it. Whatever you're going to do, figure it out now so you can implement it when you come back to school. All right. Next thing, how do they have access to materials during the class period? That's another thing. We got to get our classroom back. So consequently, where do the kids put their homework up? Where do they grab their computers? Where do they get their pencil and paper? Where is things structured in your classroom that the kids know when I come in and I do 1, 2, 3, when I'm finished with my assignment, it goes over there. It goes over there. That's where I said we have to make over our classroom. We have to make over our classroom to be able to say, okay, when the kids come in, they know exactly where to go. So let me stop right there. It is 10:29, and I have to stop at 10:30. So this is what I want you to do. Please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube page. Please, come on, y'all. If you're not subscribed, just go and subscribe. Type in Sean Hurt, subscribe to my YouTube page. Number 2, share this video out with your colleagues. Share it out for me. Share it with your teachers. You can share it with your leadership team. Please do that. And number 3, if you would love for me to come out to your school and district, I'm going to be in Georgia in a couple of days. Inbox me. We can sit and talk. I do this training. This is the training that I do with teachers all over the world. I would love to come and share out with your school and your district. So thank you very much. Happy holidays to everybody. If no one have told you this week, I love you. I love you. I love everybody that support me. I really do. I care about everybody on my podcast. I want the best for you. Happy holidays. Please be safe. Enjoy your family. Give someone a hug and a kiss from me. And may God bless you. And I'll see you next Saturday, same time, same place. Make sure you go and check out my sisters, Create and Educate. They're on as we speak. Happy holidays to everybody.